The Philippines isn't just about stunning lagoons, fiery volcanoes, and delicious halo dessert. There's a wilder side waiting to surprise you. Picture yourself wandering through a lush jungle, ready to spot birds or monkeys, when suddenly you lock eyes with a creature that seems straight out of a sci-fi film. Big eyes, strange limbs, and behaviors so bizarre they'll leave you questioning everything you know about nature. Get ready. This video is a wild ride into the weird, wonderful, and downright unexpected. The Philippine Tarsier is smaller than your hand, but has eyes so gigantic they'd make an anime character jealous. This little primate can rotate its head nearly 180 degrees like an adorable owl on caffeine. But here's the twist. It's a ruthless nocturnal predator. Its primary targets: insects. With its suction cup fingers, it never misses a catch. Oh, and by the way, they're so emotionally sensitive that loud noises can literally stress them to death. No pressure if you ever meet one. Imagine a mermaid, except instead of flowing locks and a graceful tail, it's a rotund sea cow munching on underwater grass. The dugong might not win beauty contests, but it's a graceful swimmer and possibly the inspiration behind ancient mermaid myths. This gentle giant has a huge appetite, so much so that it can munch through 40 kilograms of seagrass daily. In case you're wondering, no, it won't sing to you under the sea. Now, let's talk about a bird that's half warrior, half drama queen, the Philippine Eagle. Nicknamed the monkey-eating eagle, this is one apex predator you don't want to mess with. With a 7-foot wingspan, just over 2 meters, and a crown of shaggy feathers, it looks like it belongs on the cover of a heavy metal album. It dives down at lightning speed to snatch monkeys and snakes right out of the treetops. But here's the kicker. This fearsome hunter also happens to mate for life. Talk about a mix of romance and savagery. Ready for something straight up creepy? Meet the Palawan Bearcat, also known as the BINTURONG. This animal looks like a cross between a bear, a cat, and maybe a raccoon that got lost at a costume party. The weirdest part? It smells like freshly popped popcorn. But don't let that distract you from its bizarre talent. Its prehensile tail works like a fifth limb, letting it swing through trees like a furry Spider-Man. Its favorite snacks are fruit and small rodents, because why not? Ever heard of a fish that walks on land? Enter the Mudskipper. This amphibious oddity literally crawls out of water to explore the mudflats. It uses its fins like arms, pulling itself forward in the most awkward but oddly satisfying way. But here's where it gets even stranger. It can store water in its gill chambers, letting it breathe on land. If that's not impressive enough, these mud-loving fish are also territorial fighters. They'll puff themselves up and throw some serious mud at rivals. Now, on to something straight out of your nightmares, the coconut crab. This crustacean is the Hulk of the crab world, with claws strong enough to crack open coconuts. It's the largest land-dwelling arthropod, weighing up to 4 kilograms and stretching nearly 3 feet wide. If you think that's scary, consider this. They've been known to climb trees just to raid bird nests or grab fruit. Nature's armored tank, folks. Let's pivot to the water for a creature so rare it's almost mythical, the whale shark. Despite its name, it's not a whale, and it's far from a shark in behavior. This polka-dotted gentle giant is the world's largest fish, growing up to 12 meters long. Its feeding style? Filter feeding plankton and tiny fish with a mouth that's over 1 meter wide. While it might sound intimidating, this aquatic behemoth is basically the ocean's chillest hippie. Let me introduce you to a tiny but mighty critter, the Philippine Flying Lemur. First off, it doesn't actually fly, and it's not really a lemur. Confused yet? This gliding mammal has a skin membrane that lets it leap from tree to tree like a furry hang glider. It's also nocturnal, feeding on leaves, fruits, and flowers under the cover of darkness. But here's the plot twist. It's completely helpless on the ground. If it falls, it's like watching someone lose a game of Twister. Meet a creature that defies logic, the axolotl, or the walking fish. Technically, this adorable amphibian isn't exclusive to the Philippines, but some have made their way here as exotic pets. What makes them special? They can regenerate entire limbs, spines, and even parts of their brain. Basically, they're the closest thing we have to real-life superheroes. With their permanent smile, they're like the class clown of the animal kingdom. Ever wondered what happens when a snake decides to become a fashion icon? Meet the reticulated python. This snake is the longest in the world, sometimes reaching lengths of over 20 feet, just over 6 meters. Its dazzling, iridescent scales give it a rainbow shimmer, making it both beautiful and utterly terrifying. Get this, it's strong enough to constrict and swallow prey as large as a deer. Basically, it's nature's glittery assassin. Here is a creature that's more elusive than your phone charger when you need it, the Tamaraw. This dwarf buffalo is found only in the Philippines, specifically on Mindoro Island. It's smaller than your typical water buffalo, but has a fierceness that belies its size. They're so rare that spotting one is like winning the wildlife lottery. Picture a deer, shrink it down to rabbit size, and you've got this tiny, elusive mouse deer, also known as the PILANDOK. Despite its dainty appearance, the PILANDOK is a master of stealth. It tiptoes through the underbrush like a ninja, avoiding predators with an uncanny ability to vanish into thin air. There you have it, a whirlwind tour of the Philippines' most unusual and downright strange animals. It's weird, it's wild, and it's absolutely worth exploring.